It's no doubt we are living in challenging times, but these times can serve to make us more consciously aware of our emotional, mental, and vibrational state. If we practice our spiritual discipline, we can catch our thoughts and feelings going on a downward turn and bring healing to them right then and there on the spot. If you can, catch yourself when you're in a state of fear and lack. Try becoming aware of the impulses to be fearful, edgy, defensive, critical, blaming, judging, shaming, etc. Forgive yourself of these thoughts. It's our most basic animal instinct to react this way. The problem, though, is just that. We're reacting from our most basic instincts to animal impulses. The idea of a spiritual practice is to dare to evolve past this tendency. Let go of your tight hold on control. Stop thinking the world won't turn without you. Let others help. Be open about what you need and what you expect and what you want. Don't go around begrudging things or harboring resentments. Just be open, and honest, and do things that you really feel yes about, and don't do things that you feel no about. Just let your yes be yes and your no be no. Be compassionate with yourself and others. These things take time. Sometimes things are harder than others. Others, they're easier. It's an ebb and flow, and it's about building up stamina, fortitude, resilience, and endurance for the long game. Be on guard not to blame others or project your negative thoughts or feelings or emotions onto them about the state that you're in. It is unproductive to do so, and it puts you in a victim state of vibration, which attracts terrible experiences. It's an energetic quagmire. Do not enter. If you're caught in a cycle right now where you feel stuck and you aren't making the progress you want and you keep coming up against unrelenting obstacles and delays, then there are some helpful questions to ask yourself. 1, how is this happening for me rather than to me? That's right. For me rather than to me. How is this beneficial to me? And I know that could come off really obnoxious at first, but when you start becoming more present and conscious, you're able to observe your thoughts and feelings and the unfolding situation from a neutral state, not getting too attached, just watching things play out. You can stand there and see the metaphorical towers crashing around you. Things might be falling apart, but because based on your experience, you've learned the pattern of how things play out. So something's coming to replace it. So when this becomes a practice that you live in, this question becomes less obnoxious. So how is this happening for me rather than to me? How is this beneficial to me? What is the lesson in this or the message? A lot of times, if there's some weird fluke that keeps happening to you or some repetitive situation keeps playing out, there is some sort of symbolic metaphor attached to it that is like your soul's journey being reflected in your physical world and vice versa. So if you don't can't get with your intuition and get quiet and you still don't have answers about what is this lesson involved in this situation, then maybe look up on a dream interpretation site or in a dream symbols book the things that are happening, like the obvious parts, like say, the other day I kept seeing dead raccoons, and then I looked up in the animal totem book what raccoons were, and it was like somebody might be wearing a false mask was one of the interpretations. And as it turned out, like I got some weird random text from something that seemed fishy later that day, but I was like aware and didn't let myself get baited into it, so things like that might be metaphors. It might be more serious, it might be less serious, but just pay attention, because it's a way that you get angelic communication, you get communication from the universe and your higher self. And this is the way that something, if you don't have the ability to hear voices talking to you and giving you all the answers, like you just learn the other languages, and one of them is reading the symbols and the signs. Okay, where are we? So what is the lesson or the message in this? This is really, really poignant. Do I still truly desire this? Sometimes we get so attached to things that we are interested in or that we've put a lot of energy into, and that thing at some point starts to practically define us in our own mind. And the fact is that it doesn't define us. It's something that we can just let go of when we're over it. I used to love painting. All through high school I would paint, And then I just got sick of it. It started to stress me out. And instead of being like, oh, I've got to be this tormented painter and I'm so frustrated with my artistic blocks, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do photography. So it was just like, let go of the resistance. Like, if you don't identify with something anymore, if it's the old story about yourself, the old things that happened to you, that your old experiences, that they're no longer relevant, learn from them and move on. And right now it sounds like we're like in the setting of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because there is in fact a chainsaw in the distance. So, and a hooting owl during the day, I've been noticing. It's crazy. So occult. Okay. So, do I still truly desire this? Is it still relevant? Like, is this still what I want? Did I get a taste of it and the itch is scratched? Or, am I just tired and I need to like recharge? Am I a little burnt out, or am I completely burnt out? Am I ready to move on, or is there something else? Or, which plays back into let your yes be yes and your no be no. Like, go with, what, you feel enthusiasm towards. So, are my thoughts, feelings, and actions in alignment with my most authentic desires, or has my energy been focused elsewhere? Meaning, are you putting your dream on a pedestal and putting plan A off for perfect circumstances, or are you consistently and incrementally doing something about plan A? A lot of people feel like they have to have a plan B or a backup plan, and which is fine. Some people don't want it, some people do, but don't put all your focus in plan B and just put plan A on a pedestal, because you'll never get plan A and you'll be dissatisfied with plan B. So just put some effort forth every day towards plan A. Don't let all your focus be caught up in your backup. Maybe you're too attached to a specific an idea or a specific outcome or a specific path of getting to where you think you're going, and you aren't letting the universe deliver what you want. Nature takes the path of least resistance. So when you start vibrating with clarity, you become like a light bulb attracting moths and bugs, or a magnet attracting whatever is magnetic. It's up to you to be discriminating. Something might come quickly that is just the universe's like fastest, easiest thing to get to you, but it doesn't mean that that's the end all be all. So keep a loose grip on, things. Don't get too attached to any specific idea or outcome. Just, wear it like a loose garment, which is a good idea because, it's all about non-attachment. So just be open to change of plans or strategy. Also be in an open and receiving state. In order to get what you want, you must be able to receive it. And so you can't receive something if you're latched onto something else, because your hands aren't open, your vibration's not open. You just block down and shut off. So be open, be able to receive it, be open to, like I said, change of plans or change of strategy. There might be more than one way to get somewhere, and maybe there's blocks the other way and this other way opened up. Things can change in a moment's notice. It's life. It's not set in stone. Be truthful and authentic with the intent to attract and receive what is in the highest good. So really just get clear about what you truly want, what you truly like, what you truly enjoy, what you want to put your effort into, and then do that. Don't talk about what you want but never do anything about it and continue to do something that doesn't work. It's just be in alignment. Actions speak louder than words. So do what you feel, think, make all of that line up together. Let go of fretting. It's a waste of time. It's unproductive. Worrying locks you up. It blocks all of your flow. It just shuts you down, and it's so hard to receive in a state of fretting. It's just like you go on this nosedive vibrationally, and it doesn't attract better things. The challenging times are there to serve or teach us valuable lessons and grow our faith. So if we know that we're really just in a classroom setting, the stakes aren't so high as we think. I mean, sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't, but it's never the end of the world. It never has been so far. Like, even in the worst of times, we thought it was the end of the world. Guess what? The world's still here. It's never the end of the world. It's not gonna be, probably, until, I don't know, way far off in the distant future, but most likely not in our lifetime. So it's not the end of the world. Stop worrying. Just go with the flow. Pay attention, do the work, move on to the next lesson. Ignore the signs, do the same thing that doesn't work, hoping that life will magically change on its own, and passively live at the mercy of your conditions, and you don't learn the lesson, meaning that you have to keep repeating it until you do. And then the work becomes harder and louder until you give it conscious attention. So just pay attention and try not to kick yourself in the butt by just, learning as you go. Don't keep putting it off. Don't keep ignoring. Just be open and willing, and that goes so far you wouldn't believe. Do not be distracted by the ego's voice of fear and grandeur. Just do your homework. Let go of resentment, lack, and limitation. Detox from jealousy, selfish motives, or feelings of undeserving. These negative states create toxic thought forms that shape the conditions of your life. Yank them out like weeds, because they'll choke your garden. This was the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. I love this deck, and I love all of Colette Baron Reid's decks. What's your favorite? Anyway, I hope that your every moment is graced with light, love, and magic. Peace and love to you all, and God bless.